Hi, everybody. This is going to be a shorter one today. The title of my message is going to be Are You For Us or Against Us? So, the way that this came about, I recently watched a war movie that I hadn't seen for about 10 years. And it's my favorite war movie. It doesn't matter what it is. And there was a scene toward the end of it where it was very difficult for the soldiers to tell the armies apart, for the friendly armies from the enemy armies. And I felt that there was a spiritual significance to it, and I asked God, what are you trying to show me here? And I believe I got the answer. And I think that one of the characteristics of war, we've all seen the movies, friendly fire, and it's tragic, but sometimes people get shot by their own army. And the more I reflected upon it, the more I started to realize that I feel like that's where we are right now. Having been a part of a type of war in the past, one thing I learned is that a lot of times people keep their intentions secret until the very end, and you don't know what side they're on. And I think that's a great description. I mean, this is a war that is going on out there, and sometimes it's really difficult to tell the good guys from the bad guys. But I just want to share one scripture with you, which may be encouraging. I'm going to go to Joshua 5:13. And it came to pass, it's actually going to be 3 verses. And it came to pass, when Joshua was by Jericho, that he lifted up his eyes and looked. And behold, there stood a man over against him with his sword drawn in his hand. And Joshua went unto him and said unto him, Art thou for us or for our adversaries? Okay, so I'm going to read, that's the King James Version, but let me actually read the New Living Translation. When Joshua was near the town of Jericho, he looked up and saw a man standing in front of him with a sword in hand. Joshua went up to him and demanded, Are you friend or foe? So picture this, there's a man, maybe he may have looked scary, maybe he may have looked fierce. He's got a sword in his hand, okay? And I think that's the posture that a lot of us are taking in the days that we find ourselves in. We have a sword in our hand, but our intentions aren't really 100% known. And of course, Joshua asked the question. And keep in mind too, biblically speaking, this is right before a major battle. This is right before a major victory, which doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to get the major victory, but I like to think that we are, because I'm really starting to see some encouraging signs out there, especially in Christianity. I feel like God's bringing people together in ways that I never thought he could. People that I haven't seen eye to eye with, and all of a sudden, I look up and God is just moving us together. And it's a cool thing. But anyway, let me go to the next verse, verse 14. King James. And he, speaking of the man that Joshua saw, which I believe is Yeshua, Jesus, the Son of God, and he said, Nay, or no, but as captain of the host of the Lord am I now come. And Joshua fell on his face to the earth, and did worship, and said unto him, What saith my Lord unto his servant? So I think the fact that Joshua fell on his face indicates it wasn't an angel, because angels don't receive worship unless they're enemy angels. Okay? So I believe that this definitely shows it was not an angel. One more verse, verse 15. Joshua 5:15. And the captain of the Lord's host, okay, this is the Bible speaking and saying that this is the captain of the Lord's host, said unto Joshua, Loose thy shoe from off thy foot, for the place wherein thou standest is holy. And Joshua did so. So I read in a Bible commentary that, the reason that Jesus didn't answer that question is because Joshua was asking the wrong question. Really, the right question would be, is Joshua for the Son of God or not the Son of God? Because the Son of God is the victor that has overcome the world. And I think that's the question that we all need to ask one another ourselves. It's not, are you on my side? It's, are you on the side of the Son of God? Are you on the side of the Most High God? That's all I got for today, guys.